Subscribe and hit the bell icon to never miss update from Footprints.
Hello friends, welcome back to a very exciting LKG series by Footprints. This is specially for the age group 48 months to 60 months. That is usually in the LKG class. And so this very exciting activity, which we can also call it as an experiment with the children so that they can get engaged. Now you must be wondering why I am being so bubbly and happy about all these things, because they are going to love it. There are certain things which is going to mix together in the water, of course, and there are certain things which is just not going to mix, and they will be wondering and stirring what and how to finish that activity. So as a child, they are going to be very happy, engaging, and you as a viewer must be wondering, wow, what an exciting activity by Footprints channel for the LKG class. Okay, so thank you so very much. So the topic of this session is soluble and insoluble. So you have what you have to do, you know that, to watch it till the end, subscribe and hit the bell icon. Now, as I said, I'm using the same set of water which has dissolved two of my materials here. You can use a fresh water, that's not a problem. Take half a spoon, a little more than half a spoon. Granules of coffee powder is there, and do you see the change in water color? Why this is happening? You must be wondering. And slowly everything is percolating down to the bottom of the glass. And what is happening is that this coffee powder is getting dissolved. And do you see? There are tiny particles. You have to be very, very cautious in watching this, that you see these tiny particles floating on the upper surface of the water. Now, why these particles, the coffee particles, are floating on the upper surface of the water? Because this coffee powder or coffee as a material found in the kitchen is not totally soluble. It doesn't dissolve totally in the water. Even if you stir, it is not going to totally get dissolved in the water. Although you see the water has changed its color, and as I said, it's one of the very important properties of water to change color and become just like the color of the ingredients used. Or so that's another properties of water, where it usually dissolves most of the materials, changes its shape and size, and changes the color also. Here you have seen the water was of course no color, and it has taken the color of the coffee. Did you see how it was quickly getting to the bottom of the it was getting at the bottom of the glass. Why it was happening? Because the coffee granules were heavier also, so they were quickly depositing at the bottom of the glass. Yes, so this is partially dissolved. So we cannot call it soluble or totally insoluble. It's like partially. Half of the coffee granules or powder got dissolved in the water, half still not dissolved. Okay, so that's the third one which we did it. Now, of course, I cannot reuse this water because the color has changed, and as an experiment we have to be totally transparent from the very beginning. If I'm going to add any of the materials, that is not going to bring the transparency. So I am going to use another set of glass and a bottle. Let me do some tiny cleanup here. It's an experiment, so anything might react with one another, and as I said, bring doubt to the experiment. So another set of water. I have used 2 glasses just to be cautious, because the water doesn't spill. Fill it with. Now let me show you some magic. Yes. Okay. You must be wondering, what is she doing? She always brings something or other in the session, and all the Footprints sessions and series and activities are so exciting You don't want to leave us. You just want to finish it and quickly do it in the home. So now I have taken 2 glasses of water. The same session, soluble and insoluble, something which dissolves in water, something which doesn't. Now I have 2 very interesting materials, one from the kitchen, 2 from the kitchen from me, but alternatives I have always told you. One is, this is an oil, as I said, and you remember those dabbing on my fingers. That's a food color, that's a watercolor, and if you don't have these 2 materials, you have turmeric powder, the good old haldi. Yes, you can use that. I'm going to use brush because I'm going to use this, and I'm going to use food color here right now. You can alternatively try anything you want, or you can ask your child the questions that what do you want to use it, and you can write in the comment section what they are using it. So that's called mustard oil, yellow in color. Just take it. Ooh, what is happening? Once again. Oh no, this I didn't expect. What are you doing, Meenakshi? This is not fair. Water, come back to your property. This is something not fair. Even if we put, say, 100 ml of oil here in the glass, still this is not going to get dissolved. Not an ounce. Stir it. Stir, stir, stir. Stir, stir, stir. You stir it. Still, what do you see? Let me just remove this bowl here. So, did you see this? I'm going to tilt a bit for you. So, the oil is on the upper surface, the water is transparent, and there is a beautiful impression of this outer ring at the bottom of the glass. So yes, while doing the activity, of course, you'll see it, and if you have done it exactly like this, or maybe if you found something else, write in our comment section what did you find. So here, the property of oil is not to dissolve in the water. Now our water is being very friendly here, guys. You remember? It was getting dissolved with sugar and salt and partially with coffee powder as well, but this oil has a property which is not getting dissolved in the water. So this is completely insoluble for water. Okay, and so I just wanted to do it quickly with the food color as well. So this is a powdered food color. Yeah, we use it for different food materials which we make, baking also. And let me share a secret with you, which we usually do in footprints. We are being very cautious. What we do is that we use food colors and atta doughs and a little bit of oil. We mix them together and we make a dough. Colorful dough, green, blue, yellow, red, whatever you want. Food color options are available. Many color options are available. And we use that for Play-Doh activities. Now as a child, that atta or the Play-Doh is looking very exciting to me, and I want to just put something in my mouth. Now that can be dangerous, the usual Play-Dohs which we get. So we use atta dough, mix it with oil and little bit of this food color, and you found your own atta doughs. We call it footprints atta doughs. Now, okay, you must be wondering why is she using a brush. So yes, let me go back to beautiful spoon which we have. Ooh, did you see? Let me do it once again. A beautiful impression. I'm going to do it quickly. One, you can do it with me together. Everybody, let's say count. 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh, it has gone down and it has dissolved in water. And even the color of the water got changed completely. Now there were 3 different things which happened. I'm going to bring them back here. You remember the salt and the sugar one? What happened with the salt and the sugar? The water was completely transparent. It got totally dissolved, became soluble with water, and the properties of water didn't change. What happened with coffee powder was that, yes, the color got changed and there were certain particles, the round particles, the coffee granules, which were still not dissolved. What happened with oil? Totally insoluble. Does not want to mix with water. Wants to stay on top of it. And here is the food color, or alternatively watercolor or turmeric powder. Again, this has totally mixed, become soluble. At the very same time, they have also changed the color. So that's called soluble material and insoluble material. Quickly, oil, coffee powder, food color, watercolor, salt and sugar, which was mixed here. That's a cold coffee with a little bit of salt, viewers. So hopefully this session was very enjoyable. The session at the very same time was very informative, and all the materials you have found in your kitchen. You don't have to procure anything. This is something you just take 1 or 2 spoons and do it quickly with your children. They will learn also, they will enjoy also, and you're going to spend half an hour, 1 hour with this session with your child. Engage them, make them sit and learn beautiful sessions with footprints. Thank you so very much.
Are you looking for the best preschool and daycare near you? Visit Footprints and explore the program suitable for your child. Find the program links in the description box.
Whole basket back, and I'm going to just clean up. Very important for all the children, not to mix, not to throw, just clean up, put it in the bin, in the basket, and you can sing the song clean up with them, or you can ask questions, you can recap while you're doing all these things, so that the child is just being engaged, getting involved. Put everything in the basket and just finish the cleanup. Okay, now our good old friendly vocabulary words. You remember, we always do it in our session. We follow high scope as a curriculum, and through this curriculum there are so many things, so many beautiful things, which our children can learn and get exposed to. They learn segregation of materials. They understand the importance of using different materials. They understand the importance of using cleanup. They, while engaging, they are prompted to ask questions. They are always encouraged to act independently, touch, feel the materials. So these are very small things, but from a child's perspective, it is so very important. They feel empowered, they always feel in control, and they add value. As we say always in Footprints, that every child is unique, so they bring their uniqueness in each and every activities. So I'm going to pen down the vocabulary words which we have used in this LKG session of soluble and insoluble. Soluble, something which gets dissolved. Insoluble, something which doesn't get dissolved in water. Very important, in water, yes. And here I have used mixed because we did a lot of mixing. You remember that? Stir, 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 stir. So you can make your own song. You can make your own voices. We did dissolve, which was for soluble, and something which doesn't dissolve for insoluble. Float. You remember what floated? Let me bring that beautiful hue of water. Yes. So this was our friendly oil, which was floating in the water. So float, and then that's a concept. While you were doing this activity experiment with good old vegetable oil from your kitchen, they also learned something which floats and something which gets dissolved but sinks at the bottom. You can still see the granules of coffee powder here. So in one activity, in one session, our children learn so much. And that is the beauty of Footprints channel, where you see engaging, exciting activity. Thank you so very much for your participation and your love. Keep on sharing, subscribing the Footprints channel. Thank you. So, wasn't this experiment very engaging for the children? And what are the materials you have used? Yes, you remember those materials, the one which you can find in your kitchen. So as a viewer, thank you so very much for watching this whole session, this activity session very patiently engaging with each other, writing in the comment section what new words your child has learnt, and anything new which you want to share with us. What else gets dissolved in the water and what doesn't. So you just keep on writing, keep on sharing your views, and yes, you know what you have to do. Subscribe, like and share the Footprints channel. Thank you so very much for watching it. Find a complete video from the link in the description box. Find a complete video from the link in the caption.